Na 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 na. Sing this song.
Welcome back to the team.
No, that's not the kind of party. I am hanging with my team today.
What's up?
Welcome to another episode of A Lovely Snack.
Tune intro.
It's Mother's Day today, and I thought
Tonight.
I should have a chat with my children, or at least one of them. The idea came because we were going to prepare bananas for the pancakes.
Yeah. The idea came when...
And we have a lot of bananas, and the preparation of the bananas is to freeze them, or some of them, half of them, for when we make peanut butter and banana smoothies or other smoothies.
But with bananas at least.
Because we don't want them to go bad. You know, as much as I love bananas, I can't finish an entire crate.
A banana a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be hanging with Miss Fenzo over here. And... Pardon?
Now we should... Yes?
So welcome. Don't forget to share with other people. And whilst you're at it, please subscribe. Dr. Lovelee on Live on YouTube. Dr._Lovelee on all other platforms. X, Instagram, and Facebook.
Instagram, the Fenzo Million.
Oh, it's not about you, child.
No, but I need to get featured.
Let's go.
Because I'm trying to get followers in there.
Anyway, what are we going to talk about?
No, but I told you to figure out what you were talking about.
I know what I want to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
You're writing exams.
Yes.
How's that going?
Okay. I'm supposed to be having a positive attitude in the words that I say when it comes to my schooling and my body and myself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, in my brain, I also have to filter that. Oh yeah, by the way, wash the hands first, but just let me know. Because if you don't wash your hands, you're dirty.
You're gonna get sick.
And you're dirty. Anyway. Yeah. So it just takes me a minute. So my first reaction, I was gonna say it sucks. But it actually hasn't been as bad as I've been making it seem, you know? Because we're humans, we always choose worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, it's not best case scenario, of course, it's exams, but it's better than before because I feel more prepared.
I'm glad that you feel more prepared. The reason I've been thinking about your exams is that, well, let me say, I've been thinking a lot about your schooling, you know, because I know exams stress you. Not what we'd call normal stress of writing, but because it's layered. It's not just having to learn the workload.
Yeah.
It's the fact that exams just don't feel natural for you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of pressure that you feel. And it's understandable on my side, going back to your schooling journey, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. And it just got me thinking about how the name of the video you sent me about how schooling is.
What is school?
Hey, what school does, and yes, and what do you actually learn, and how practical is it, or the things that you're learning?
Yeah, because you also, not that you've sent me a video exactly like that, but along those concepts, like, as the world wants you to get the degree, but you don't need it.
No, my thing was that the school leaving system, the way they say you finish school, doesn't have variety.
Yeah.
It lacks variety.
One example I used is the elephant, the monkey, and the lion are told to climb a tree, and that's exam. And then we obviously know who's gonna climb the tree. We know who's gonna break the tree. We know who's gonna keep scratching on the tree
Exactly. But
until the
each
tree's no
animal
more.
is not less of what it is
Yeah.
in their own division, section, or whatever, you know?
I think I did this wrong.
Yeah, so my thing was like, what is a school leaving system? Why is it so limited in what are you doing?
I think I did it wrong. I'm trying to put
I think you did it wrong. But anyway, it's fine. We'll figure it out as we go.
It's life.
So I'm going to talk about your schooling from when you were in junior prep.
Yeah, I think it's preparatory.
In preparatory. When we had to do speech therapy.
Yeah.
You remember?
I had fun.
You had fun for speech therapy. Okay, but do you remember why you had to do speech therapy?
No, not why. I just knew that I was looking at a flow file and what B compared to D was.
No, but do you remember why you were referred to speech therapy? Okay, so back then, because now a lot has happened since, before we got to a diagnosis.
Okay.
They said that you had what they call auditory processing, a problem processing things
with vocally. Yeah.
Auditory processing issue, they said, right?
Okay.
I think the word they use was a problem actually, which is like, why must things be labeled problems? I don't like labels to begin with, but anyway. So like, no, your child's got a auditory processing problem and it's like she hears things and doesn't understand. Something like that. Okay. Then you go to speech therapy and things improve a bit, or things improve, let me say that, right? And then we start speech therapy. Then they're like, no, you have ADHD, attention deficit disorder without the hyperactivity, so ADD. Because it's not like you were disruptive in class because of bouncing up and down, but you just were not concentrating.
Yeah, I'd be doing. I would actually go into my own world, and I would have so much fun, better fun than in class.
Okay, so what did you see in your own world?
Like I'd look outside, you know, and the birds are doing whatever, and I'm like, then I have a conversation. Like the birds are having conversation, and I'm the birds' voices.
Oh, interesting. I don't think you ever told me that.
Yeah.
So anyway, you saw two psychiatrists. The first one you saw quite quick. I felt like the consultation wasn't as thorough as I thought it would have been.
So you went to another one.
And they prescribed for you the methylphenidate, which is typical to do that. And then that was grade 2. Because the thing started in grade 1. This whole assessment started in grade 1 towards the end of the year. Grade 2 went on methylphenidate towards the end of the year because of all the assessments and the speech therapies and all those things. And like, no, we need more sharp. And then you left junior prep and went to girls prep. And in grade 3, you continued with the methylphenidate. Do you remember how those pills made you feel?
Sluggish, boring.
What do you mean boring?
Weird in a funny way, apparently. I mean, in a cool way.
Weird in a cool way? Who said that?
One of my classmates
said it made you weird.
No, not the pills, but like she was like my personality, the way, because we were describing each other at school. Honestly, I feel like that shouldn't be done. Like, yes, it should be like I describe myself. I think it was a describe yourself, and then I didn't know how to, and then they were like, oh, you can put down you're weird in a funny way or whatever. So that's what she said. She was like, you're weird, but in a cool way, not a funny way, in a cool way. And I was like, okay, what does that even mean?
What does that even mean? I want to know. Anyway, so then in grade 4, you had a teacher who was sort of not convinced she needed the meds. She didn't say that. She was like, she can tell the days you didn't take the meds. You're more interactive. It's like, you said sluggish, like dull. I'm gonna wash my hands quickly.
I agree.
It's like I had banana peels, so
it's just a sticky mess.
No, I have banana peels on me, and you cut now. But anyway, so I found a new psychiatrist who did his own assessment, and his was like, I had an hour with him, and then you went in for like an hour and a half, and then you had to come in again with him, and I had to go home with a questionnaire and send it back. And after all of that, he came back and said, you don't have attention deficit, and he's not convinced you need the meds. Okay. He says it's something else, at the time he didn't say what, but then he also sent you to a educational psychotherapist who also spent like. Do you remember that lady? It's raw. Why are you eating it? Well, it's not ripe. It's the ones we're freezing for the smoothies.
This is not nice. This is not sweet at all.
Anyway, so you remember that lady in the out by the Honeydew, where you spent 2 days there with her? I don't know if you remember. Anyway, she also said that you didn't have ADD and that you just had different abilities in different sections. She said that your IQ was fine, there was no problems there, and you were very strong in the art, and average with room for improvement in like the other STEM type academics. But she was like, you were also quite young. I think you were in grade 4. Yeah, you were in grade 4 then. So you were what? 7, 8, 9. You were 10.
Okay.
Okay, so then you never went back on the meds because clearly you didn't need them.
Right.
But the learning differences in learning or learning challenges in the school you were in, you know what you would call a mainstream typical IEB school. I don't want to say became worse, but you just, and also the teacher you had in grade 5 was, yeah. So then I decided to change from that type of schooling to more
creative.
Pardon?
Creative.
Not creative. You know, the word I would use is Montessori-like type of teaching, where they let you, when you're strong in something, go ahead and be advanced in it, and when you are not, then they give you time to come to it. And they also said that they didn't want medication and stuff like that. They will assess you first and see what's happening, and they never came back to say that's why a problem. And then lockdown happened, and then you ended up with homeschooling, which is where I think became a game changer for you. Because you were home, you had more time with your piano. And then because you didn't have access to your old music school teacher, we had to get you somebody who would come home. And her assessment was that the auditory processing wasn't a problem, as the school said it was. It was actually a strength, that you're very good with your ear. This is why musically you can listen to something and play it without sheet music. Yes.
No, I think that.
Don't downplay it, but you get it, right?
Yeah, because I've done it before. First, 2, is this one more ripe?
Yeah.
Thank you. 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the time we went to Justin Bieber? Like I think it was my first concert. And I was complaining about the noise. I think it was also like overstimulation of everything, like because people were screaming. The speakers are louder than the people because they're screaming. You can hear sometimes when there's like the backfeed when they go sing. Like I think it happened once, and I was like,
yeah, only you heard it.
I tapped down. I tapped out, bro.
So anyway,
I think I slept.
Yes, you did. You slept through the noise.
You
you found a corner and you slept at the concert.
I'm sorry for wasting your ticket, but at least now we know.
It was not a waste. You guys liked Justin Bieber, so I was happy to take it. Okay. So she said that it was actually a strength, not a problem. Just that people who want a certain academics to look a certain way, or studying to look a certain way, schooling to look a certain way, they see that as a problem because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not the same.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even before you left the school, your music teachers were just like,
you're good.
Great. Art teacher was just like,
you're good.
Great. And then it was the English, maths, and other stuff where, you just needed more time. But it's because you actually couldn't read properly without things jumbling up.
Yes.
But you didn't know how to tell us that or tell me that, because in none of the reports that you had from when you were in grade 1 to grade 4 mentioned that the reading and seeing letters is a problem.
Yeah, because it's not.
Because even the speech therapist said that is something that is passing. Some kids have it, and then yeah, like it's not a permanent thing. You shouldn't worry about it. It'll resolve with time.
But that's what I'm saying, because it's like, it's not that I can't read a bit of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that I like, if I take my glasses off now, it's not a bit of this. It's like it, but like, because it's like that. Like, even when I was writing in cursive, I struggled to read it, especially because firstly all the words are together like this. I couldn't even read my own handwriting at some point.
Okay, so explain to me what happens when you read.
So like, it wouldn't be a bit of this, and I'd have to read
a bit of this is written.
Yeah, a bit of this is written in the bowl right here.
Okay.
So I can see from the distance, even before the surgery, I could see it properly, and it's not like I can't see a bit of this.
What is it that you see, Mama?
I see a bit of this, but my brain doesn't want to say a bit of this. It sees bits this of a.
It jumbles things up.
Yeah, or the T will be there, and then it's like to be something, and it's not like the actual word. So, but I read it as a bit of this, if you know what I'm saying. So that's sometimes, like, that's short sentences. Okay. So if it's like a long sentence, or just a paragraph, then the words. I remember the one time I was in grade 1 actually, and that's where I got the ruler method from. I was reading, and I would stop every now and then read the sentence below. And she was like, let's try it with the ruler. And you've seen me this one time, I remember specifically, you were making us read books, not making, but we didn't want to do it. And you're like, come read to me. I said, okay. And we chose Harry Potter, and I had a pink ruler at that time. I think it was a bendy ruler also. And I was using it, and you're like, why? What's the ruler for? And I told you, like, so much is happening. Like, it helps me stay on course. No. Yeah.
So, yes, and your brain still does that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've improved?
It got easier to read again, short sentences, because it's 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, even when writing numbers out, like, remember that one time I had to write the number from the words, and I didn't see 20. I saw 2. Like, I can look at the times table in words. I can look at the times table in words, and then automatically my brain goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, because it says 2 at the beginning. But is
it better, Mama?
Yeah, it's better now.
Because you've been doing exercises.
Yes.
And you were assessed.
Yeah.
Intensively for aid for your eyes to read, which is the glasses.
Yes.
Because you don't have a visual acuity issue. You can see fine. Your vision is beyond 20/20 or whatever. You can see below where you're supposed to stop.
Yeah.
For 20/20 vision, but not below, beyond. But the glasses then help your eyes to focus better, so that they don't jumble things. And the jumbling also strains your eyes, then you get tired when you're reading.
Yeah.
So the glasses help with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And the optometrist did the whole assessment and said that you've got dyslexia. Okay. And what happens when you're writing exams?
So recently, I wrote my English exam. Before I got the glasses, I did this. I'd write the word, like, instead. I'd write the word how it sounds, or how I think it's spelled. And if it looks correct, which isn't really, I wouldn't say not clever, but if, like, maybe a picture in my mind would make it look okay. But, like, if it looks correct, then I'd keep the word.
Okay.
Like, so it would be like instead, instead, and then I'd see which one I think actually says instead.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I only did that once with one
Not
word.
not because you can't spell, but because after you write the words, when you're looking at them, it's all jumbled.
Yeah. So like even when it's coming out of my brain and I'm spelling fitness, you know, then it's FITTINS. INES.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the ending part that I feel, whatever part I feel like is not lacking or most difficult, I re-say it in other ways that I think it could be spelled. So not that I don't know how to spell it, it's just like my brain doesn't not know the difference.
So now I've sent the reports to the school. That when you are at exams, you need a scribe. Unfortunately,
It's late now. Yeah.
for these exams,
Yeah.
It's not considered, but they will assess, and then so a scribe is somebody who then a reader and a scribe, somebody who reads, and then you tell them what to write, and they write for you.
Oh, okay.
And they read out the questions, so you understand what the question is, and then
that also is another issue. I won't lie. Because it's not like I don't understand the word that I've seen, right? It's just the way they phrase it. Because in class, your teacher will ask the question and then paraphrase it for you to understand.
Say different ways until you understand it. Yeah, in the paper,
but then in the paper, it's just said one way, and you're rereading it. And it's not that I can't paraphrase it myself. It's just that already now child's time off of my thing.
And then when that happens, you will start going to panic.
A little bit of a panic mode. I won't say I panic to the point. I just say, I'm not going to do this question. I'm moving on. You know? That's not this one. Okay. But I'm quitting. Like I don't quit. I just say I'm not going to do it and then move on. Yeah. And then I also do that thing of like, do the questions, 1, 2, 3. So it's not that. So yeah, so I just do the questions I know, and then like, let's say I go, like, because I know the question sometimes. The way they said it, it doesn't make sense.
You know the answers. You just that whenever you read questions, they don't make sense because you jumble up the things.
Yeah.
And then you got me thinking too, I'm able to say, okay, fine, let's change course, let's find a different way, let's get assessment, let's do this, let's get classes, let's get eye exercises, etc. There's so many kids who don't have that.
Yeah, the opportunity.
And the resources, the access. And then I thought back to when I was in primary school and they had the system where number 1 to number 10 must come to the front, blah, 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 blah. And then the people were like, yeah, you guys are the bottom 10.
The elephant.
And they usually call them stupid.
Yeah.
And now you're like,
gotta be sensitive with the words.
No, forget about being sensitive with the words. Now I'm like, I have seen how
things help you.
Things that are considered, I've seen how what people want normal is what they know, and what is not, what they're not used to is not considered abnormal, and then they don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, then it's not for us, right? And how sad, because I mean those kids could have had whatever learning challenge, whether it's audio processing, whether it's dyslexia, whatever. But it was just like, yeah, when you can't, and therefore
we won't.
You fail, and you keep failing, and you call it failure.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm like, how fortunate I am to be able to do these things, because it's not even about being a doctor. Like, this is not something that I learned in medical school, and also as a mom who is a doctor. As a mom, I think, okay, what's best for my child? I don't think medically what's best for my child.
Right.
And then when I put in the medical stuff, it's like, I don't want to over doctor you.
Yeah.
I don't want to think something's wrong. What do we do? That's not my first point of, I want to see how things play out, because your life is not in danger.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. So it's just been one of those challenging things. Like, parenting is challenging, guys, but now you throw curveballs in there. But I want to also know from you what you can share, or what you feel. Why are you adding more flour without measuring?
Hey, bro, right now we're doing by the eye. Look how runny this is.
Okay, these flapjacks, you're not my way. Anyway, crepes, whatever. So what is it that you have? What are the tools that you have that help you navigate this conundrum of that you find yourself in, or this challenge, this different way of learning? It's funny enough, let me go back. When we went to the second psychiatrist's office, in their waiting room, they had this big poster saying, teach a child the way that it will learn. And that day is when I was just like, my child does not belong in that school.
Saints.
Yes. And I'm like, you don't belong in that school because you're not being taught the way that you will learn. You're being shoved into a shape that you don't fit into.
Okay.
And there's nothing I was going to do to make them change the way that they want to teach because of the results they're chasing.
Yeah.
And the results have to be academics on paper.
Right.
You know, not to make you into somebody who's wholesome, understand, you know, are literate in whichever, and can accentuate your strengths and help you along where you have challenges. That's what changed in the school at the time. So what are the things that help you? What are the tools that help you to learn the way that you are able to learn?
Okay. In music, I think that's another reason why Miss Van Rensburg didn't make me do theory.
Also, when your piano teacher decided
it's not that we plotted.
I
didn't even know why I wasn't doing theory. I won't lie to you. I didn't
because theory was part of your music.
Yes.
Because I could in the assessment books there was a section for theory,
and it was just never filled out.
It was never filled out. Yes, I never actually asked her. I just thought from it's not there for your level.
No, theory is supposed to be drilled into you from day one.
Okay.
So not day one, just as soon as you start doing scales and all those things. Like after that when you get to the green book, right?
Okay.
So basically, I never touched theory.
You didn't.
And so not that I struggle now when I have to learn it.
Music theory you're talking about.
Yes, music theory. But I don't have as much advantages in calling out number instead of the letter. I mean, it is a letter. Yeah, the letter.
Okay.
So a scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And as you say it, A is 1 again. And there's a half step and a little step or whatever. But the way I had to write it down is if I'm writing chords, a John Legend song and it's in C, and the first chord is C, I would write in my book, John Legend, put it down, finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another, that's left hand, finger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's right hand. Left hand is playing C on both the fifth finger and the first finger, and then C, E, G. And I coped with that. I have a music book that helped me with that, and I enjoy doing that. But now I'm in a band, and when
because you are in a band.
Yes, when the MC
she's in a band.
When the MC says 1, then I'm like, 1, what key are we in right now?
Because you're not used to playing like that. You play freestyle and freestyle, you don't not in a structured way.
Yeah.
But I'm asking, what are the things that help you to cope with the challenges you have with reading and stuff like that? I know music is one of them. Is it?
I was saying, in the music industry, or what I'm in right now, what I've been exposed to, calling it out doesn't necessarily help me all the way, unless I can read what I'm looking at. See, with Pearl, she was trying to teach me how to read notes.
Okay.
So the first page, the notes would be inside the actual note, the treble clef, not the treble clef, the note, like the semitone or whatever. And on the other page, it would just be the note without the letter inside. So
keep talking.
I got accustomed to doing that. And then I was like, I don't like this. You're straining my eyes, because at the time I didn't, like you said, we didn't know that I had dyslexia. So I wasn't actually reading A. Sometimes I have to call it out to see what I'm looking at. And now, I just write the letter in bold, capital A. Doesn't matter if it's C minor or whatever. I know the C minor is in C major. So yes, reading music is difficult, but just being around music is easy.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to being around music. Let me re-ask my question.
Stop.
What are the things that help you cope with the challenges you find in schooling?
In
For
school.
example, yes, in general.
Okay.
For
This
example,
is I'm keeping this to myself, right? We're keeping this as a secret. Taylor sees this. In class, my teachers will be talking. Yeah, my maths teacher specifically. When he's in maths, I enjoy doing maths. So when it's a problem and we're solving it, easy. But I have these earbuds that I stole from my mom, and I keep one in the ear that the teacher can't see. And it also helps that I have this mold on my ear right now. So it just like, it looks like the mole, right?
what is earbud doing?
It's playing a bit of music in the back, and then my maths teacher is talking, and I'm able to focus.
Okay. So funny that, because when I study, I need music in the background. I call it planned distraction, like intentional distraction.
Yeah.
So that I know there's a distraction there and I hear it, and therefore I don't feel the need to get up and do something or to move away from what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna try answer this for you because you said it, you're just not saying the answer.
Okay.
Music helps you cope.
Yeah.
Right? It calms you down.
Yes.
Even when it's not school related and you are up in your fields about something, you go to the piano and you play something very rough, like with anger. Like you could just like banging those notes and it has to go down, 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 down. Right?
Okay, we're done. Like you're doing a lot right now. Stop.
Not
that I'm banging on my nose, I just like it louder. Because firstly it disrupts the people.
Oh yes, because it's also it's a digital piano. So
I can
the volume Rasafara when things are happening. So calms you down, gives you a mental break.
Yeah, it depends if I'm not learning a song, definitely.
Yeah. Not learning a song, like to play music to take a break from the books.
Yeah.
Gives you a mental break, which is how then the homeschooling was also helpful in that regard, in that transition from schooling challenges, blah, 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 and in homeschooling and then back in school, you know what works for you.
Right.
Okay. So yes, I find that in talking to patients who have kids who have, I've been told they've got ADD, patients, family members, friends, a lot of these kids are strong in the arts, whether it's musical art or drawing art, and some are very strong with things that involve hand stuff, craft or whatever. And I remember somebody telling me that they always used to get mad when the child takes apart things, right? But then they stopped and observed. They're not pulling things apart. They are taking it apart to see what's inside, and either they put it back together or they do something else with what they took apart. So it wasn't they're not trashing the toy.
Yeah.
They are dismantling it to see how it works.
Yeah, I know people
like engineering type of stuff, know?
So he wants to be a mechanic.
Hey?
He wants to be a mechanic.
Or a mechanical engineer.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like a mechanic is just, it's a joke.
I know we're joking. So yeah, it's very frustrating, this whole school leaving system, how everybody must go through the same way to do it. Yes, we have skills colleges, TVET and what. They used to be called technical colleges in the past, where you do like school work, but you're also doing like a skill that you can use and make money afterwards, body plumbing and things like that.
Right.
When I was in high school, and those schools were then closed down. There's a few equivalent such schools, but not a lot. But anyway, basically it's all frustrating because kids are expected to be the same, and then when they don't behave or it's not the same as that, they're seen as less than. There's no other way of checking the strengths of the kids besides shoving you into an examination hall and saying, this is the question, go and answer. And if you don't give us the points the way you want them, then it means you don't know. Right? Not, oh, you have a problem reading the questions. Okay, so you can have an oral exam. Because the information is the information, whether you write it down or you say it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have options of oral exams.
You do. Our English was actually written as like English oral.
But you wrote.
Yeah.
They didn't speak to you about the questions, you had to write them down, you know? And I mean, in an oral exam, for example, when you do French, they want to hear how you pronounce and stuff like that. That is not the entire paper. Yeah. There's still a major part of the paper is written, you know? But my saying oral exam means that when you can opt for, I'm going to do my exams orally. I'm not going to write down anything because when I look at a paper, the numbers start jumping off the page and dancing in front of me.
Yeah.
You know, because my brain is musically inclined.
Right.
So we need to keep a few ripe. Okay, there's ripe bananas over there for the pancakes.
No problem.
Right. Let's also check what you can do with raw-ish bananas.
You can always search that. You can make
because for baking you need to have them ripe. Oh yeah, we must leave a few for baking. We must leave a few that are gonna go ripe. So I think actually we've cut enough. This should be fine for the blending and stuff, huh? Because I agree that some will be for eating.
We're freezing those.
Yes, we're freezing these. I'm saying the ones that I haven't cut.
Yeah, I can also make some of them for blending.
We'll leave a few to go extra ripe. Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna make that macadamia nut and banana, macadamia nut flour and banana and yogurt spread. Because I don't want the regular flour for cooking.
Yes.
Hey, take this one. It looks more softer.
They're both soft.
So yeah, so it's but I think we get in there. The frustration levels have come down a bit because now we understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I just wish, and I think the reason why I said while we're doing this thing, because you wanted to make me pancakes for Mother's Day thingies, and I said it's fine, we'll make them in the evening while we're cutting the bananas because we had to cut the bananas anyway.
Right.
But the reason why I said while we are doing this, let's have a quick chat, on recorded, for me is for sharing the journey we've been on with the schooling ever since you were 7 years old. Because it didn't come up when you were in grade R. It didn't come up when you were in creche.
Yeah, but that's creche because you're playing all the time.
Yeah, but I mean there were assessments and you wrote things, you drew things, but everything was assessed as you are on par for your age and all those things. So also, even with all the resources we have, only much later, after all the other assessments you've been through, only much later, like
we actually get the answer.
18, nice 18, and then it goes back to each must run their own race. There's no, like the one thing right now when people ask me about my kids, they're like, oh, you got kids? And I give, but how old are 16, 18? Oh, the other one's in matric or they're leaving matric. Then I start saying, first of all, we're not doing matric, we're doing O levels and A levels. Number one. Number two, no, she's not in the school leaving year yet because, we not even like life, we're learning at different paces.
Yeah.
And then I must start, I'm like, it's because in society, by 18, 19, you must be in matric.
Right.
Or by 18, you must be in matric or at least be finishing that year, depending where in the year. These are not bad. You were born.
Crepes aren't supposed to taste
so like when do we break the stereotype?
Are you leaving or
no, forget that. Like, we need to change the way we think around schooling so that musically over here. It's okay, keep dancing. So we have not have these urges to box children and expect everyone to turn out or behave the same.
Right.
Basically. Because somebody might look at you and say, okay, fine, you're not in matric yet and you're 18, where is the deficiency or whatever? and but they don't look at your music and what you do with it, and that is not something that's like
defining.
easy. No, like the way you play music.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with piano.
I can't just get up now because I'm a doctor and play the piano. I can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's years of practice. It's years of discipline. It's years of exploring different things that has to, musically and that instrument. It's being exposed to different teachers and teacher styles. It's a lot,
Yeah.
And if you were if you were typically academically inclined the way society expects you to, you could have a PhD by now, musically, literally, because you've just done so much in it.
Classical,
and not even on the reading theory side, it would be like the way you play. I could be like, listen, you got a master's, now you're at a master's level. If you keep playing like this, then
is that why you try to keep getting me in the Stedford and stuff?
So
I didn't like the Stedford. I don't like people. I won't lie to you. I don't like people. I really don't. You're a people person.
I feel so privileged that you actually like me.
You're not people. You have no choice. I have no choice. Anyway, you are a people person. You're able to bounce off. Like, you're able to start the conversation. With other people, because of you, I'm able to actually talk to people and be like, we can have a conversation about 5, 6, 7, and it can be lighthearted or deep. But because of her, I'm able to actually be a people person if I need to be. But it's not by choice, but it's also because I don't actually want to be here. I enjoy going to church because I get to see people I enjoy being around. If I enjoy being around you, then I'm around you. If I don't like you, chat.
Wow.
Chat.
But for me, that speaks to the whole getting overstimulated. And a lot of artists are like that. A lot of people who are art inclined, they're like that, Even those ones who are very out there and would be classified as extroverted, I feel like when they go home, they kind of like crash out from all the energy.
Crash out.
Yes.
Okay, wait, crash out is different now. We have crash out culture. So there's different kind of crash outs.
Okay, they crash.
Yeah, they crash. Their trains crash and stuff. Okay.
There should be a pause because I must get the plastics for the bananas, deep banana, banana.
That's going in the bloopers.
Woo. This is bananas. BANANAS. This is ban. Do you want to add anything?
What did your baby say? Bananas, yeah.
Do you want to add anything to what we're talking about?
Being different is actually nice. Don't be default.
Please pass me that green scoop thing. Yeah, that one's fine. Don't be default. Okay. Be different. Don't be default. Did you hear? Be different.
Basically, don't be society's norm.
Don't be afraid to be different. Notice that you are different.
Yeah.
Do not let that define you as a
because we do need
less than. You're not less than. And we do need different because it's so weird how different is viewed as less than, but from the different people is where all the things that change society come from and entertain society come from.
Yeah.
But yes, I just hope that sharing this has helped somebody out there who has been through something like this and didn't understand it, or is currently in it and are frustrated by the process, and helps you to maybe look at things differently and find different ways of doing things and finding different solutions instead of just taking at face value when you're told that your child is not normal, your child's got ADD when they don't. Maybe your child is bored because all they're seeing, or maybe because at the time they believe they're talking to the birds.
No, I'm not talking to the birds.
You are the voice of the birds.
No, like the birds are there, right? And they're just doing their own thing.
And
they hear brr, brr, and I'm just there like, why are you fighting with Shannon, bro? And then like I saw a TV show with the birds as my character.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? You're like the bird whisperer.
No, I'm not hearing what they're saying. I'm making entertainment for myself.
Mm-hmm. And also because maybe classroom was just boring for you.
Yeah.
Because you never did that when you went to the music classes.
No, I didn't look
you
outside.
You concentrated. You were deep within. You were following.
That's
I mean, like, I remember.
Outside. I think that's also because there wasn't an outside.
No, but I mean, it was not like a closed room. When I used to come fetch you, the door would be right there. I could see you with your teacher, so you could look outside if you wanted to. You know? But you were so into it. You loved the music.
Right.
That is what grabbed your attention, which comes back to you teaching the child the way that they would learn. You completely missed that one. Because had they been aware of teaching in class, incorporating music.
What if the flapjack's actually supposed to look like that?
Okay, crumpled jack. Not flat or flat.
I mean, a crepe. It's a crepe.
Yeah, it's a crepey crepe. If there was a way of teaching you in class,
right,
incorporating music, and music is actually very mathematical.
Yes, it is. You say this every chance.
But because it is,
you get.
Is it not?
Doesn't matter.
Music is quite mathematical. When there's a notes coming in, when it's it's calculating. You're calculating.
Well, you know, basketball
there's a pattern.
Incorporates all of that. Music and maths.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if there was a way to teach you incorporating music, they wouldn't have actually said, we find a problem with Fenzo. Right? Yeah. And then for many things in J, you know, for whatever that helps a child, whether it's, you know, there's autism spectrum or whatever it is that is viewed as not normal.
No, it's just people are actually very cool.
Who? Oh, yeah. So yeah. So I hope it helps a family, a child, a parent out there somewhere who are experiencing challenges with their kids' education to not just view the frustrating system and try to fit into it. If you have the resources available to do things differently, and maybe if you didn't know how to approach, you know, getting assessments and to a point where you get a scribe and a reader for your child for exams, so they can get extra time. There is things like that. So yes, that's that. Mm-hmm. It's been a wonderful learning journey for me, filled with frustrations in the beginning, but ending with, apart from understanding my child and being calm about outcomes, it ended up with a lot of sympathy for my classmates when I was in, especially primary school, when I was in 8 million primary, going back and thinking about those kids who were told they were stupid because they couldn't do things the way that their school expected them to.
Yeah.
You know. So thank you for watching.
Is that better?
Do you think much better? Do you want to show the rest of the ingredients you're going to have this with?
Isn't it? Oh, okay.
Before we close off. So I'm just thinking, even now as we're finishing, that maybe I must get an educational psychologist to come and sit with me and talk about this for better information, for better education, because this was more of a personal journey share session.
Yeah,
you're going to use berries for topping and
whipping cream.
Haibo. I do like this, right? But I can't have a lot because then it's, you know, tummy issues. But high lasty.
Yeah, never. It's lasted once.
And they're so gross about it because it's just like the spray into their mouth, like this nozzle goes into people's mouths. Like they're so.
As I show you. You obviously got to shake before use, you know. That's top.
What I say. So yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.
And go to the Teens in Me. We're gonna hopefully post someday.
Dr. Lovelee on live on YouTube, Dr. _Lovelee on X, Instagram, and Facebook or notifications on when the YouTube videos are
Drops.
up. Peace.
Fans a million on Instagram.
I love you, mommy.
I love you, moms.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
It's Mother's Day.
What is Mother's Day?
Is there things you want to say about your mom?
Okay. So I wanted to make a speech for my mom's birthday. And because I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to. Not jokes. I need to find my voice. But on a Jen, you're like, and you're walking away.
Okay.
You're like one of the coolest people I know, which is actually a very big compliment on your part.
Okay.
And as much as we're like, Ma, you can't say that. She hasn't actually reached that level yet. I'm proud of you. But like,
what do you mean?
Like my grandma can't say that. Like she'll say outrageous things. I'm like, oh, you can't say that. So
she's a granny. She's allowed.
Yeah, okay? That's what I'm saying. So basically, when you say like chai or you mimic us, we're just there like, as much as you're embarrassing, I like that you're my embarrassment. You know? I'm
not an embarrassment.
Take the compliment.
No, take the compliment. I'm not an embarrassment.
To everybody out there, my mom is the meanest person you know. Okay? To you.
She says that because she doesn't want to shame. She doesn't want to shame me with anyone.
Yes. So I'm already sharing you with one person in the house.
She says she doesn't want to shame with anyone, so she wants people to believe that I'm very mean to her. She calls me her opposition.
No, you are my greatest op, ma.
The only reason why I am viewed as an opposition is because I stop you from doing things that will harm you or unalive you.
So going out at 10 o'clock or staying.
Things that will harm you or unalive you.
Anyway, you're like.
I'm supposed to protect you, and I'm doing my job.
You're great. You're the greatest. Okay, and I'm proud of you, and I love seeing your journey of growing me because I'm going to use that to when I have 10,000 children and you're just a grandmother to 10,000.
She wants lots of kids who she doesn't want to give birth to, so I don't know how they're gonna be burning the crate.
No, it's not. This is the underparts. Just turned out.
So yeah, so thank you, mommy. I love you. It has been, but it continues to be a beautiful journey to watch you grow and to guide your growth and to love and protect and to share lots of other things together.
Thank you for letting me be me.
I can a choice.
Take my hug back, bro. Take my hug back.